Hello and welcome to the Elemental Deep Dive. I am your hostess, Dion Ruff Sloan, and let's go ahead and dive in. So, today we're going to connect with ourselves, connect with the elements, and as always, connect with our creativity. So, as we get started, settle into your body and let's just call in some sacred space for ourselves. So, just imagine that as you come into this space, we are all surrounded by this bubble. Just this bubble of light and energy. It's a very safe and calm and soothing place. Each of us individually are in our own individual bubbles, and then collectively, we are in a bubble. So just breathe that in. And then open and allow yourself to just really settle in as we invite in the elements today. And today I am going to use a prayer from Pixie Lighthorse's book, Prayers of Honoring. And this one is called Honoring the Elements. So just breathe this in and allow whatever energies you need to support you to come into your bubble and to fill our collective bubble, knowing that whatever that you're not wanting, or that is not ready for you or is not for you, will just pass out of the bubble. We are so profoundly grateful for our full spectrum lives today, for the restoration of life which happens when we travel our circular spiral paths. Thank you for instilling in us the call to adventure, for the lure of to presence, the light like fancy winged moths to flames. Thank you for each tiny grain of sand, each crystalline star, each prismatic tear, each mountain we've climbed, each ounce of primordial muck we've had to crawl through to get to this space. Bless this day in which we breathe deeply your sacred air, dance around your sacred fire, cleanse in your sacred waters, and rest peacefully on your sacred earth. Remind us that when we call in your help, to be very specific, that the powers are listening and that every fulfilled request results in an impactful ripple. Help us to think ahead before we put into words what we think we need. May we know the whole truth about ourselves and believe that this knowing, followed by our efforts today, will unfold seasonally with patience and grace. Teach us to honor the alchemy of the elements and the natural cycles. Show us how to stand strong and face the world together. Remind us of all of the help available to us, found in the vast skies, the tall flames, the infinite sea, and the deep soil. Help us walk your transformative wheel of life over and again with joy for the experience of practice. Remind us that we are not alone by revealing to us our holy compass and by being our holy compass. Allow us to be courage walking in a glorious in our glorious labyrinths as we come to understand your visionary nature, your fiery nature, your fluid nature, your grounded nature, as we attempt to follow your lead in our darkness. Just take a deep breath. And so it is. And so as we get started today, I actually wanted to light my candle here. Just light my candle. These two flames represent us together in this sacred circle. So let's go ahead and connect with ourselves. And I love doing these questions because the information that you're going to get is elemental, but it's also very, very deep because you're checking in on all of the elemental realms. So, in connecting with yourself, just write a sentence or two about how are you physically, how are you emotionally, how are you mentally, how are your energy levels, and how is your spirit? Now, you're not trying to change anything with these questions, you're just noticing. And if you find that as you are thinking about these questions, you're tuning into yourself, you just kind of sink in and stare off into space in the time allotted, that's fine too. Just give yourself that space if you need it. Just bringing that journal to a close. Now, the next thing we want to do is connect with your creativity. So, what I like to do for this particular activity is just to start with a clean page. And on the top of the page, you can write, you can give it a title. Your name is made of. So, for example, a Dion is made of. So you could just write that and then draw a large circle on your page. And then what is filling you up today, right now? And it doesn't have to be specifically today. What are you made of? What has this week been made of for you? Or what has this month? You can even expand it and say, okay, how have I been spending my time? Have I been spending a lot of time with my creativity? Have I been spending a lot of time, you know, in shadow comforts, just noticing for yourself? Have I been spending a lot of time in my relationships? Just notice and create the size of the pie which you think you have been, what you have been made of this month, this week, or this month. Okay. All right. And now let's dive deep with the elements. So I've got my cards set out here. I'm using a mixed deck. You are very welcome. If you already have your Elemental Forces of Creation Oracle deck, you can definitely pull from your own deck. But go ahead and I'm going to pull on behalf of the collective. And today's card is freedom. Freedom. So, as you are diving deep with this, first, how would you like the energy of freedom to show up in your week? So, ask yourself, how would I like the energy of freedom to show up in my week? And then ask yourself, what would be different if the energy of freedom showed up in my life this week? What would be different for you? Give me some music to connect here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I hope you got some really good information from Freedom and got some ideas as to how you can bring it into your life and how you would like it to show up and how you can bring it into your life for yourself. So, what can we hold for you? If you have something that is weighing heavily on your heart and you would like the support of community holding space for you as you move through, please leave it in the comments below. And I'm on Thursdays. I take all of the comments that I've received from friends, family, etc., and put them in a box and I put them on my altar and I do some meditations over it to add extra energy and support. So if you would like to be supported in that way, do leave a comment in the boxes down below and I will make sure that you get put in my goddess box. I am sending you so much love and gratitude for doing this work, for just doing this quick check in. It doesn't have to be something long, drawn out as much as we would like to. I know our lives are super, super busy, but you can see that from just 15 to 30 minutes, you can really get a lot of great information for yourself using the Elemental Forces of Creation Oracle as a support system. I'm giving deep gratitude to you and deep gratitude to the elemental forces of creation of earth and water, air, fire, and spirit. I will see you next week. Hopefully, I'll be live. Hopefully, all of this Mercury and retrograde stuff will be taken care of. Do take good care of yourself. Do make sure that you take a few minutes to ground, drink some water, go outside, get in touch with nature, and take care. Bye bye.